What's up, folks? Patrick LaRouche here from Evolve Restorative Therapy. You can find me at livepainfreeprocess.com. And I'm here to help you communicate with your body physically, mentally, and emotionally to eliminate pain for the long term, folks. Today, we're going to be talking about shoulder pain. You know, we're going to take it apart and show you one thing that you can do to start getting your shoulders start moving better. So shoulder pain could be caused by many different muscle tissues and many different malfunctions throughout the whole entire body. Shoulder pain doesn't necessarily have to come from the actual shoulder. It can actually be coming from lack of movement on the opposite side, lack of movement from the hip right underneath it. So it's trying to compensate. There's so many different ways to go about it. So what I want to do is take apart your third level foundation. So we already know the three foundations being that, you know, your feet, hips, shoulder girdle glide. We have to get that to start moving. So what I want you guys to understand and start learning how to do is start to get that top foundation and start moving slightly better by understanding the whole system of the whole thing. So our society is a front-driven society. A front-driven society meaning that we do everything in front of us. Everything that we do is in front of us, as well as your body's hardwired to protect itself. So if we're in this stressful environment, if we're doing everything in front of us, that means your body's utilizing all the muscle tissue in front of it first. All the time. And if that's working all the time, that means it's getting stronger without you doing anything other than living life. You don't have to be in the gym. You don't have to be, doing much to strengthen these areas. So we have to understand, focus on the bigger picture. If we're in front of us all the time, naturally, we have a stressful life, naturally, your body is hardwired to protect itself naturally, it's going to naturally want to protect the internal organs. So before we even get into what you're doing muscular-wise and, your exercise regime, we're talking about what's happening naturally. Okay? It's very important to understand that because a lot of people think, oh, if I work out here, if I do this there, I'll get stronger. It's not about strength. It's overstressing the whole body. And we're not talking about mental stress now. We're talking about physical, mental, and emotional. So the more you recognize how often your body wants to do a number like this because it wants to protect itself, the more you'll start to move along through your shoulder pain. Rehab and restoration, 10 times faster. Because at the core of everything when it comes down to shoulder pain, yes, there's exceptions to everything, but pretty much all the time what I've noticed is your pectoralis major, all the way through here is actually one of the bigger culprits because it's going to protect you all the time. It's always going to be working because we're always in front of us, and it's one of the main things that get triggered when fight or flight kicks in. Brings you in here. Now, a lot of people don't recognize, but it also will play a role in getting your body, your rib cage to open up. Get your body, it's your pec minor that runs from here to here, opens up your rib cage so you can take a bigger breath. The reason why that happens and why it's in everything is because when you're in fight or flight, you gotta run. You gotta fight. Bang, bang, bang. You have to do so much in that world, so this now picks up its pace. Now, when that picks up its pace, it naturally wants to roll you forward. Now, if you don't take care of that fight or flight mechanism, you're never going to get your shoulder pain to roll forward because it's never going to ratchet itself properly within the whole joint capsule. It's always going to be slightly rolled in. The easiest way to notice that is notice the way that you walk. Anatomical position is when you put your arms down, your hands are supposed to be open, slightly open. But if you're seeing the back part of your hands, you're watching your body roll in. We have to get that to learn how to roll out. So once you roll it out, you'll notice your chest open naturally. And then you can take more air in. With more air becomes more oxygen-rich blood. Healing is just natural, baby, at that point. So we have to get you to start watching that. The way that I want you to do that is start foam rolling your pec. Start doing trigger point work for your pec, as well as start doing pec stretches, proper pec stretches. Now, if you haven't seen the pec stretches before, go back in the videos that I have plenty of them, but you want to always think about getting the chest to open for your pec stretch, not I'm just feeling this portion. So the concept that I want you guys to really focus on is, what other areas am I getting my pecs to work harder in? What emotionally is happening in my life? How much am I doing things in here? Are you a computer worker? Bang, 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 bang. Are you banging away here? Are you a person that picks up kids for a living? Oh, look. So you have to hold this. If you're holding groceries, or you're holding groceries with your arms tucked in. And then on top of that, how often are you holding groceries? Your briefcase. All these different things that you do on a daily basis, that's what I want you to start checking into. It's not always the workout that's the problem. It's the workout plus what you're doing in your life. See that you're doing so much more than just the one thing that breaks that straw that breaks the camel's back. That's what I want to say. So find out what everything else is adding up to, and there goes your culprit, not just the one thing that you did. And there goes your shoulder pain. You'll start clearing this up because this will start moving right. If you'll start to walk right and you'll start noticing everything starting to move cleaner, your body will naturally want to clean that shoulder up. Your bicep tendon will start to lengthen all on its own. Tricep will start bouncing out with the bicep. Deltoid won't have to work as hard because it's not being pulled in here so much. So everything in the back has to try to learn how to pull it back. That's the key. Getting everything to balance out. And the way that we're going to do it, foam rolling, stretching, trigger point. Got to clear it up, all within the pec. All right? So if you guys like this video, please share it. As well as, if you're not part of the newsletter, become part of the family, folks. Email me, talk to me what's going on, because that's how I'm getting all these tips. People are asking me, what about this? What about that? Be one of them. If you're looking for some answers on how to communicate with your body, just holla at your boy. I can help you out. Thank you. Bye.